All right, lovely people. So over here, we're going to talk about mixed bundling. In mixed bundling, this means that the seller will offer different price for each available combination of products. And usually this is also done for different services. For example, if you want to get an internet from the telecom company, or you get an internet and the phone service from the telecom company, or even you get the internet, the phone, as well as the TV cable from the same telecom company. So most of the time we find this mixed bundling also in cases of computers. So you can buy the computer as a device, the hard disk alone, or the monitor, or you can buy the bundle, both of them together. And this is the most popular type of bundling, the mixed bundling, where you have a standalone and the bundle available for the customers. Now, let's take a more realistic example where you have more than one segment of customers. So you have segment 1 to 4. And each segment of customers, as you can see here, values the computer and the monitor differently. In this example also, we added here the unit cost. So we're not talking about revenue only, we're talking about a unit cost and how the unit cost will help in determining the profitability also of different pricing. Let's first consider the situation of a standalone product. Let's say that you want to allow, because it's mixed bundling, so you want to allow to the buyer to buy the PC alone, which is the computer, the monitor on its own, standalone, or the bundle. Okay? So now let's take a look. How much is the unit cost of the PC? It's 1,000. Do you think it is a good, and there's no complementary products? It's not a complementary product, the monitor. In such a sense, when we took the example of the razor and the blades, you have to buy many different blades for one razor. Over here, usually you buy one monitor for the lifetime of the computer, right? So let's take this example. In this example, definitely your common sense will tell you, I will never, ever listen to this segment of a customer and sell the computer for $900, because this will mean that I will lose on the computer. Anything above $1,000 is acceptable, because over here I'm making $100 as profit, $300 and $500 respectively. Over here the same applies. You see here the cost is $300, the unit cost. So over here you are definitely not going to accept to sell the monitor for $200. Now the question is, what should be the price of the computer as a standalone product and the price of the monitor as a standalone product, so as to maximize profits? I'm going to give you 1 minute. It's up to you how many minutes you take, but you can pause me for now and think about this problem. Put it on a piece of paper and try to brainstorm and come back to me. All right. Now that you have a little bit of brainstorming, I hope that you have arrived, or you have learned from the previous example, how I started saying let's do it in a systematic way. Let's take the computer example here and work on it on a systematic way. What does that mean? This means basically, let me check this color. Oh no. Okay, back to black. Amy Winehouse, I think she has back to black. Okay. Over here, how much money you will be making? Here I will be making 100. And how many segments will buy? Actually, this will yield a surplus of 100 at the price. At the price of 100, at the price of 1,100, at 1,100, this guy will buy 1,100. This guy will buy because the price is less than the valuation. And this also segment will buy. So 3 different segments will buy. And the cost will be 3 times 1,000. So the profit here will be 1,100, or the revenue. So the revenue will be basically 1,100 times 3, which is 3,300. The cost, the total cost, we're talking total, okay? I know that you know. Okay, 1,000 times 3, which is 3,000. So revenue minus cost yielding 300. So this is the first pricing strategy. The pricing strategy at a computer is equal $1,100. We just found out that it yields a profit. So at a price of $1,100, this will yield a total profit, or a net profit here, 300. All right. What is the next option? The next option is to price at 1,300. If we price at 1,300, of course, we said this we're not going to price ever. These guys were not going to accept it because their value is 900, so it's less than any of these. This also, their value is 1,100. If the price is 1,300, there is no surplus, so they were not going to buy. So these guys are not going to buy at a price of 1,300. However, segment 3 will buy because it meets its valuation. And over here, this segment will also buy. So you will sell to 2 segments. So the revenue over here will be equal to 2 times 1,300. And this will be equal to 2,600. The cost is similarly going to be, you got it, right? 2,000. So how much money you're making? 600. Aha! So now if you are into marketing, you can see from this example, selling for more people, selling for more segments in the market is not your priority. Because here you're selling for 2, focusing on 2 profitable segments, and you are making more money even. So at a price of 1,300, lovely people, we're gonna make 600. Isn't that awesome? I like this class. This will show you that whatever blah 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 I say in other classes about segmentation and the importance of understanding the segments in terms of how they value your product, and thus your valuation. It is kind of like a circle. I tell the students, here is the customer, here is your product, okay, and this guy values this for a certain amount of a dollar sign. Knowing that how much they value, you can price the product accordingly. When you are pricing the product accordingly and these guys are buying this product, you as a business, if this is your business and this is here the product on here, and this is you as a business that you're doing the pricing, you also is going to assign a dollar sign on the head on the customers segment. So you will say these 2 customer segments are highly profitable, these customer segments aren't, and so on. Actually, this example that I just showed you here on the side is best administered by, probably I should find an example where you have a mobile app. It's very popular in a mobile app. You have different features. So for example, you know that Nora values very much feature 1, 2, 3, 4, while you value only 2 features out of all the features. Another person values only 1 feature. So in this case, what you need to do is you need to offer certain price for certain value of certain bundle of features. So this is a very nice example of bundling taken this way. All right. Okay. Back to our story. Our last example is to focus on one segment that values my device for 1,500. only one segment will buy it. Unit cost is 1,000, and this will yield here 500 as profit. So you can see here from this demonstration that if you want to price the computer as a standalone product, you should go for the 1,300. Did you see how you arrived at this? Okay, so over here now, let's go back to the monitor. How about you do these calculations on your own? So I'm going to give you another 2 minutes. How about another 2 minutes? Do whatever I've done just now, but on your own. I beg you to do it on your own. Please do it, otherwise you will not learn. Okay, I hope that you paused me enough for you to check your answers now with me. First of all, we need to cross out this because this is less than the cost. Then we were going to say if we price at 800, only one segment will buy. So at the price of 800, the potential profit here will be 800 minus 300 because you're selling only one unit, and that will be $500. At 600, this segment will buy. It meets its valuation, and this segment also will buy. So you will have two segments buying. So revenue-wise, revenue will be 1,200, and cost will be 600. So at the price of $600, you will make, it just happened that you are making $600. All right, next, 400. What if I price at 400? If you price at 400, more people will buy. Oh, wow, then I will be rich. Let's see, rich girl. Over here you have 4, 8, and 1,200 again. Do you see that? It's equal to 600, 600. But the cost will be higher because it's the cost of 3 different units. So the cost just happened to be 3 times 300, which is 900. So at a price of 400 for the monitor, this will yield a profit, or potential profit, of only $300. Even though you are servicing more segments, that doesn't necessarily mean you're making more monies. So you're not necessarily going to make more money. Over here, what is the bestest pricing strategy? Happened to be 600 because it yielded the maximum profit. So this means the monitor as a standalone should be priced at 600 so that we can maximize our profit. What about let's take a look and see. These two guys are gonna buy, and these two guys are gonna buy. So basically, segment 1 and 2, we can target them in terms of communication, selling them the monitor, and we're gonna target 3 and 4, selling them the computer. However, we're talking here about bundling. We haven't even got to the bundling yet. We finished this exercise. You finished also this exercise with me. Now, let's talk bundling. Guys, what is the price of a bundle? Pause me and think about it and come back. All right, lovely people. So I hope that you were able to come up with some sort of a dollar tag on the bundle. Let's take a look together. So if we price this at 600 and this is at 1,300, then there is a possibility that you say, I'm going to price the bundle, the whole bundle, at probably 1,300 and 600. But actually, this is not a good practice. Remember that bundling is not, the price of a bundle should be less than the price of product A alone plus the price of product B alone. It is non-linear, okay? So it is non-linear, right? So in this case, you need to actually work a little bit harder. How do I do that? How do I do that? First of all, we start the same way we started earlier. If you guys remember, the first thing I did, I drew this sweet line over here, and then I said, no, 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 right? Same. So first of all, let's agree on something. Our total cost is going to be 1,300. So our bundle, the first thing that we need to agree on, our bundle shouldn't be priced anything below 1,300 and should be higher than 1,300 so I can make some profit. Good. Now we know that. How much higher? How do we find out? I will show you. Let's take a look at the valuation over here. How much money are you making from this segment when you look at their valuation and your unit cost? Over here, they are $100 less than even your unit cost, their valuation. Over here, their valuation really exceeds your expectations. It is 500. Total valuation is of this segment, total valuation of this segment is 400. All right. Or if you like to keep going in this direction, we can write it here. Over here, plus 100. Over here, 600 and 300 is 300. Total is 400. It just happened. 300, 100, 400 again, 500, and minus 100, and 400. Let's say that you arrived at different numbers here. You take the average. The average here is 400. So basically you're gonna say, okay, so you would say, shall I take the average or shall I take the least valuation of all of them so I can sell for more? All this, you can do also systematic pricing again, how we've done it earlier. So 400 here and 1,300 over here. So basically you're gonna say, I'm gonna sell it for 1,300, which is the total cost, plus here 400, which is equal 1,700. Let's imagine. So this is the bundle cost. Before I move forward, let's say this is how you find the bundle cost. So the bundle here is 1,700. Is it less than the computer alone and the monitor alone? I think yes, because the monitor alone is 600, the computer alone is 1,300. Summing this together will yield 1,800 as a total price. So if you buy them together, you're gonna have to pay only 1,700, which is $100 less. So this is how to verify that you are on the right track. Let's imagine, okay? Let's imagine there is no corona. Let's imagine we have here 400, we have 300, we have 200, we have 100. This is the difference here. So hypothetically, there's different numbers here. In this case, if you add 100 here to the pricing, so it's going to be 1,400. And this price will be meeting the expectation of all the 4 segments. And this means you're going to make $100 for each segment. And this will be times 4. And this will be 400 in total. Or you can add 200 only to the price. And then you will sell for 3. So you will have 1,300 plus 200. And that will be 1,500, and then you will sell for and then this way you are gonna make $200, of course, per each segment here. 200, 200, 200. So that will be 600, so you will make 600. Or you can price it at the 300 and you got the point, yeah? At the 300, you will sell the computer at 1,600 and you will still make 300, and that will be 300 from two segments, 300 and 300, again 600. And then over here, you can just add 400 and sell it for 1,300 plus 400 is going to be 1,700, and you're going to sell only for one segment and you will end up with 400. I would say the bestest way to do things is, in this case, if you have a varying values here, you could also either do this hypothetical example that I've just given you and go for the pricing that you sell for specific number of segments for higher price, so that you can service less and have less problems and less operational cost with the sales personnel and so on, and you can just focus on certain segment for the bundle. But in our example, it just happened that all the numbers here are 400. So in this case, yeah, this is how you are going to make a decision. So I hope with this video I was able to train you to how to think this way, like how to systematically break down a problem in bundling. It's not really difficult. We haven't done much mathematics, simple mathematics, but the organization does make sense. And because I said organization does make sense, I'm going to take you over to Moodle and showed you that I made a bundling in class exercise, but unfortunately now we are doing only on demand. Over here I broke down the computation for you. So over here we had the same example here. Number 2, what you need to do, eliminate the ones that don't that are below the unit cost. Then here 3, compute different possible strategies for standalone PC, standalone monitor, and I did the computations for you so that you can see how I computed it at the price of 1,100. 3 different, as you can see here, I'm counting this, so 3 different 1, 2, 3 different segments are buying. The revenue will be the sum of all this, and this will be the profit, which is the cost here times the unit, the number of units, and all this is subtracted from the revenue. And same applies here, and I highlighted the maximum. This is exactly what I've done right now, just what I've done on the PowerPoint slide with you. And then at the end, you just, how do you price a bundle? So you price the standalone, because this is what mixed bundling is about. And over here, you are pricing the bundle. So you are pricing the bundle in such a way that you will say, all right, over here, I'm losing 100. So you see this 100 coming from 900 minus the 1,000. And I'm losing 100. Over here, I am making 300. Same applies here. I am actually making 100. Over here, I'm making 300, and so on. We've done that, so I'm not gonna waste your time on it. And lastly, I put the cost here, the average. I put here the difference is 400. It just happened that the difference here is uniform. It's the same. But if it's not the same, let's imagine that the difference here, the cost. Let me just imagine a hypothetical example where we have the cost being 1,300, but then let me just put it a little bit down there. Let me put it in black. And let's imagine that this table has something like how I've done earlier: 400, 300, 200, and 100. So the subtraction somehow, I'm just hypothetical, okay? Somehow saying it was like this. Okay, what do we do and how do we deal with this? So we will say, well, over here I will make $400 because I will sell for only one segment. So this is the first pricing strategy for the bundle, right? So this is pricing strategy or strategy 1. Strategy 2, on the other hand, will be something like will be 300. If you price here at 300, then you will make 600. So over here you are making 400, over here you are making 600, and over here if you are pricing at 200, you are gonna make 600, but you will have to sell for more people. So it is up to you, your strategy. This is a style. Yeah, your strategy is a style. Over here, remember, this is the profit, the total profit. So we don't have to subtract from cost. This is on top of the cost if we add 200. So if we price it here, this pricing strategy, let me show you something, lovely people. Teacher getting embarrassed over here. Indeed. So a strategy 1, we are gonna, the cost is gonna, the price is gonna be this cost plus this guy over here, 400. Over here is gonna be the cost plus how much? 300. Here, if you price it at the cost plus plus 200, then you are selling it for 1,500. So if you are selling it for 1,500 or 1,600, regardless, then you are going to make the same money, as you can see. But over here you have to sell for more people, for more segments. Over here you have to sell for less. Same applies for the last strategy, which is strategy number 4. Strategy number 4, you are going to price it as the cost plus the 100. So let's say that you want to price for 100, right? Right, guys? Because this is the last option here. Wait a minute. Yeah, good. Yes, no problem. Let's hope I'm not making any mistake. So over here I have 4, 4, 4, 4. So basically I am making a total of only 400. So the sum here will be, oh, I am making it, I'm doing it, I don't like manual labor. I like the computer to do the work for me, so I will avoid human error. All right, so you see here. So it's up to you, to your managerial style now. This is the profit here. You can say that I'm going to take a strategy where I would like to focus on 2 segments and 2 segments only and service them. And this is based maybe on demographics. So if you are doing some demographical analysis with the pivot table, do you remember? On Friday we will have a quiz and we did the count. The aggregation there was a count. And you found out that these 2 segments, they all live in the same locations, blah, 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 same lifestyle, same valuation, same benefits. Then this will mean probably less cost, not only in terms of unit cost, but also in terms of advertising cost and. All right? So it's up to you how you would like to. Of course, some of you might say, but over here, you are all this discussion, yeah, just to make sure all the discussion that is starting from this bundling, when I talk about customer one being segment one, the assumption is all segments have the same size. If the segments have different size, we just need to consider the size by multiplying by the size, right? So we amplify the numbers also by the size. But now to simplify our discussion, because all what we care about is understanding bundling per se, we're going to assume that all the segments or have the same size. It's exactly how we are saying that this is only one customer one. It's one person. So it is all the segments have the same size. All right. Thank you so much. I hope that you understood this. I am going to make another separate video as an explanation for the assignment, and then you can submit an assignment, and then we can continue with our Excel sheet for mixed bundling. Thank you, guys.